Hey guys, welcome back. And today I wanted to do a quick recap on a trade that we've been holding for quite some time since March, and that's on UNP, Union Pacific Corporation. If you're new here with us, we had gotten into this trade before, and I did a video of how we traded this stock all the way up to the previous all-time high of 268. So we had a sell-off, and then we had this rising right here. But let me discuss how we got into this trade. So number one, key things to note on this thing is that we had this resistance level right here, right there. And you can see how this candle surpassed that resistance right there. We can see how we came to this level. We tried to hold that level, but the seller was pretty strong. And the next week's candle, we can see it dropped all the way to, that's $231, okay? $231.92. We dropped all the way to there. We had some minute buying, just small minute, but still not good enough. Now, the reason why I held on to this trade is because of how we have a lot of resistance right here. Let me just draw this here. We have a lot of resistance at these levels. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how we tried to hold. And look at this candle right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Now, look at this candle right here. Okay? And look how we dropped all the way to this big momentum candle to test this area for support one more time, and some buyers stepped in right there, and we got into this trade at about $237.38. Now, with that, our stop was on the previous low, which is at $231.79. Okay, so we've gotten our entry, we've gotten our stop loss. Okay, so now moving forward, we can see how we tried to go up. We pulled a higher low, higher high, and we can see how this area, again, it became a decision point right here. This area, let me just draw this. This area right here became a key decision point because of how this candle closed, meaning that bulls and bears were fighting for this level. And you can see how we continued. We got the momentum we needed on this trade with the green volume bars and the green candles, and we can see how we continued. Again, a key decision point right here, and we can see how earnings really helped this stock to catapult all the way back to the previous all-time high of 268, and we can see we pushed all the way to about $274.68. Now, we did exit some contracts right here at 268 just because my profit target one was going to be right here at 268 because that is where it failed before. Hence, my profit target was going to be at that level. And yes, it did go further up. And the key thing here to note is that one of the things that I always like to keep in mind is that if a stock has momentum, I normally keep just a few runners to see how far we can go. Are we going to continue with that high momentum? Yes or no? Again, if that doesn't work out, the thing is that at least you did take out some contracts which were profitable. And let's say, for example, if on your runners, you say, let's say your stop is going to be here at 265. If it breaks that, you just exit your runner. It is still going to be in profit. And that's pretty much about this trade. So that's all I wanted to cover on this trade. So our best case scenario was that for the runners that we currently have, the best case scenario is that we go to this previous all-time high that is from 28th of March 2022. So for the runners that I do have, and some guys in my group also have runners that they're holding on to, is to try and see if we can actually get there. Again, if it goes south, there is always an exit point so that you're not losing all the profits that you have on your runners. You always have an exit plan if things don't go according to plan. So best case scenario, we get all the way to 278. So right now we closed at 268. Next week we just see what happens. So I wanted to show you some quick screenshots of what some of the guys were doing, or rather were doing previously. So you can see this guy got into UNP 280 calls. This was from 18th of June, and they were up about 50%. They bought the contracts at 293 and sold them at about $4.40. Let me look at another screenshot that someone sent me. So again, pretty nice. Look at this guy right here. Bought again about the same price that I called it out for. I also got into the 280 calls. And this guy also got to the same price of $2.93. Total cost was that $1,466. They were up 51%, about 52%. That was their profit right there. And let me look at another screenshot here. This guy got into 270 calls. They had 3 contracts. They bought them for about $3.61, sold them for $8.30. I mean, guys, and this guy was up 129%. I mean, yes, I know, the whole thing about swing trading is that at times you really get into something, but you have to hold it long enough to really realize the gains that you want to achieve. For example, like I said, we got into this in March and we've held on to this trade like until we sold some off yesterday. Nothing really happened with this trade today. So we sold off some yesterday, and that's almost 2 months of holding on to something just so you can realize the gains that you currently have. And yes, it's a different style of trading. Swing trading is a whole different style of trading because you have to exercise a lot of patience and you have your target set out. This is what you're looking for. But also you have your target set out that if something goes south with this trade idea, or rather if the trade idea has been invalidated, you exactly know where you're going to exit this trade. So that's all I wanted to cover on this trade. Pretty much it was a very good trade, a 1:5.6, a pretty good trade. And if the runners, they continue doing well, this trade can turn out to be, if we get to 278, like I would like for it to, but if it doesn't do that, then that's fine. However, if we get to 278, imagine that's a 1:7 type of trade. So that's just the essence of how we trade, or rather how I really have established my type of trading. So hope you enjoy this video, and comment, like, subscribe on our channel, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.